Greetings to my channel. This is Tarot Blessings. I'm here with an energy reading for the full moon eclipse on 4th of July going into 5th of July of the full moon eclipse in Capricorn. This is an energy portal. It's dealing heavily with emotions and where we stand with our emotions. Please click like, please share and subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications. Click the bell on there so that you will always be notified when a new video is posted. You can also find me on Instagram at Tarot Blessings 101. Pretty basic, pretty consistent. But yeah, so this is an emotional portal. This is where emotions are running high in the community, in the collective, where it is important to get these emotions in check, where it's important to recognize and recognize our talents, pour into ourselves for self-love. This is going to be very crucial for us to delve into self-love. A lot of us are going to be hurtling into circumstances to wash away things that no longer serve us. There'll be times in our lives where we really have to consider, should I be in this space right now? Should I be accepting this behavior from these people or this energy or this job? How do I recover from this situation? How do I move on? What are my next steps? But it's, most of the energy, most of the decisions are based on emotions. So you have to choose your battles wisely. And sometimes you have to pause from that emotional space to make sure you're making a wise decision. We are cutting away at a fast rate things that no longer serve us. Like it's like a pressure cooker that's pushing us upward and forward and together all at once. We're being shoved. Like, imagine if you were on in the airport, if you know, depending on if you're at a major airport, there are these conveyor belts that move people along, right? So imagine you're on a conveyor belt that's pushing you along, so you have to walk long paces. It's almost like being on an escalator but flat, but it's moving you at such a fast rate that you have to hold on to keep your balance, to keep standing, to keep being upright. I mean, if you fall, you're still going to go forward with this belt, but in order to keep your balance, you got to hold on. So you're going to have to hold on to your emotions, right? You're going to have to make good decisions as best as you can. Some decisions may not be good, but they end up working out for your betterment. A lot of this energy can be compared to the riots and the protests, right? Where some riots have garnered the attention, of local authorities to make changes. Some of the protests have done the same thing. However, with the threat of impending rioting, it has kind of urged some folks to take a quicker step at changing laws, decisions, and things like that. Now, I'm not encouraging that to that kind of behavior, but I'm just stating that this raw energy is making some type of change, right? And if we can harness the momentum of that change, hold people accountable, spread authority around instead of centralizing it. If we can decentralize that authority in a way that, like they said, people believe in defunding the police. So if that works for that community, then how do you spread the resources now that you've defunded that? Are you going to put it into the schools? Are you going to put it into the town? How do you do that? How do you dispense that? And how do you dispense that authority? These are the things that are coming up during this energy, during this time, that have already been happening since January 2019 through Capricorn eclipses. However, the intensity of what's going on is rising as more incidents that we see around the world are happening, are being exposed. And it's causing people to act out of emotion. So, this energy reading is about what's going on in the collective, in emotional way. How is this affecting us? Where are we going from here? Like what's next for us? And if there are some major issues, how do we resolve them? Right. So what's happening now, past, or I should say present, or what has no put it this way, what has happened already, what is currently happening, and where are we going from there? Okay, and that's what I'll do. A 3-card spread for each. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it, right? Um, I pulled 3 oracle cards earlier. We have the Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. We got the Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And we have the Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. So I will read from the book when I'm done pulling the tarot for you. Okay. And my decks were pre-shuffled and cleansed. So what's coming up first for previous energies for the collective? Too many, please. One at a time. Okay. Okay. So we have the Queen of Wands, Swords, Queen of Swords. I messed that up. We got the Four of Wands, right? And we have the Page of Wands. All right, so air signs on the board. We have the Queen of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini energy. We have the Four of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. But the Queen of Wands, she is about cutting away the things that no longer serve you, right? Seeing the truth in a matter, but not from an emotional space, but understanding the emotion that may be involved in the decision, right? So this could be you're emotionally attached to a job that doesn't serve you, right? And it doesn't serve you because maybe your talents are you're more talented than this job can offer or can pay you for. And they may be tapping into all of that. And the Queen of Swords is here to like basically say, yeah, you need to look for something more suited to your talents or your educational background or your experience. It's time to cut your losses with that and move on, right? Or there's a situation where someone is using you or lying to you. She is here to say, hey, I don't believe that lie. I will not let it fly. And you cannot pass. Do not pass go. Okay? She's here for the truth and cutting out all the foolishness. Now, Four of Wands is about your home. You know, is your home stable? Do you have a stable life? Are you being nurtured? Is it happiness? Are you celebrating your life at home? Do you have a romantic interest? A twin flame possibly? A soulmate at this home? That's what the Four of Wands represents. Now you have the Page of Wands, which is there's a message with the pages. A young message, a start, a spark, you know. Maybe it's somebody that wants that home with you. And the page is like, hey, can I holler at you for a second? Can we go on a first date? Can we get to know each other? And the Queen of Swords energy is like, I don't know. Let's see. Depending on what you say, how you do it, I'll let you know, right? So that's past energy, like the beginning stages, celebration, cutting things out that don't belong, right? And this could be in any area of your life. There could be a new beginning, a message about a new beginning. Maybe you are moving on to a new job. Maybe you are moving on to a new home. I don't know. Or moving away from a current home with her back to the home. Um, there's more to the story though. Let's see. Current energies. Spirit, give me current energies. One at a time, please. Can you please give me current energies? Well, that wanted to come up. The Wheel of Fortune. Six of Pentacles. Okay. And the Four of Swords. So the Wheel of Fortune is about closing out a cycle, changing a cycle, or starting or beginning a new cycle, right? And if that Queen of Swords came to cut away the things you don't need, then that's ending a cycle and then beginning a new cycle. But where's that cycle leading you? Well, balance, if anything, of give and take. The Six of Pentacles is a give and take energy. It's about coins. It's about maybe a better job that's more suitable to your gifts and talents. Or different friends that are more suitable to your energy. Maybe you had lower vibrational energy in the past. That Queen of Swords energy came to cut that out, and now you have more stable relationships. And then you have the Four of Swords. Now the Four of Swords is a rest and relaxation. There might have been a lot of trauma with closing out that cycle, and now it's time for rest and recuperation before you take the next step. Maybe it was a lot of emotional hurdles you had to go over. Sometimes, we're in a bad situation, and letting go is the hardest thing we have to do. And it can emotionally zap us out. Even though we're heading in a good direction, it could tear us down for a minute just to recuperate. We might need a little extra sleep, a little extra time, maybe not to go out to a particular place or event. We have to slow down. Oh my God, I just yawned. That just let me know. Yes. It's time to slow down. I wasn't even tired. So yeah, it's time for bed. It's time to contemplate, think, catch your breath, so to speak, before moving on to the next thing. Where are we headed? Where's this new cycle taking us, Spirit? Oop. Caught that. A new beginning. Emotional new beginning. What else is? Tell us more. Too many. Where is this new beginning taking us? Ooh, got a lot of choices. All right. So you got the Page of Cups, another page energy, which is youthful and young. So is there some new beginnings here with this new energy? There's something new that you love, or someone bringing new love to you. You also have the Seven of Cups, so that you have a lot of options, choices. It could be where you want to live, where you want to work, who you want to be with, where you want to go, where you want to eat tonight. There's choices. There's lots of choices. And there's a Knight of the Wands. So there's someone coming in fast, hot and fast, with some energy for you, with a message for you, with a offer for you, with you can't really count on a knight for stability because they're a knight. They're on a horse that's moving. They're moving in. They're moving out. But they're coming for a purpose when they come, and they're rushing in. And with that energy you have coming in, which is still young energy, you have so many choices. Life is full of choices. So You have the ability to choose where everything I mentioned, where you want to go, where you want to live, what you want to eat, what you want to do. And it could be overwhelming. And if someone's coming at you hot and fast, offering you a choice, you might want to slow it down back to that Queen of Swords energy to say, wait, 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 wait. Let me do this rationally and analytically. Let me think how if I make this choice, let me weigh out my circumstances to see if I take this path, what's the outcome likely to happen for me. If I take that path, you might be at a crossroads right now in your decision making where you are not sure which way to go, and there's someone that's coming in hot and fast trying to convince you of something, and for you to make a quick and fast decision you might not be ready to make. But on the bottom of the deck you have temperance, right? Temperance is balance, okay? Healing, nurturing yourself. There is a certain level of balance coming in because you're going to not just use your emotions, but you're also going to use your wit, your analytical ability to decipher, which way you want to go, how you want to get there, in a way that's going to work for you, in a way that serves your best interest, in a self-loving way. Not a selfish way, but a self-loving way. Many of us will do a thing for somebody and we'll make ourselves a martyr, and then we forget about ourselves, and then we get completely depleted. And your previous situation depleted you because you weren't getting a fair give and take. You may have been taken advantage of. You may have decided to do too much, and therefore that took advantage of you. But ultimately, someone's coming, like I said, coming in fast and hot, trying to convince you of a thing. And you don't want to be manipulated, right? They could be coming in talking about creativity and success in your job, right? But they could be talking fast. So make sure you read all contracts. You don't sign anything until you're sure, or maybe you had a second read on that. Someone else look it up. But they're very charismatic. You might even be starting a new job, right? So you might be entering a phase in your next cycle of entrepreneurship, right? And it could be something that you've always wanted to do. Hence this Page of Cups. Something you love. Something you're passionate about that you can't wait to begin. There's a lot of that happening now during this quarantine because we have all had to adjust the way we see ourselves, the way we see our talents and our strengths, the way we decide to work. We may have to develop a second hustle because our job shut down and therefore our income shut down. And then we couldn't get unemployment right away. Some of us are still battling unemployment issues. Take it how it resonates, but there's a plethora of things that you might be wanting to start. But you have to be careful that this night is sincere. They may be brilliant. They may be talking a good one, but you just want to be sure. Look at the fine print. Look at the whole situation that's being presented in front of you. All right. Take your time with making those decisions, right? Because otherwise, the next one is this 4 cups. That means there's an offer coming your way that you didn't want. You don't want that offer. It doesn't appeal to you. Maybe your job is saying, okay, we're open. Can you come back to work? And you're like, I like my side hustle just fine. Maybe I'm going to stick with my side hustle, right? Excuse me as I relight my candle, guys. A new candle. Yeah. So, yeah. There may have been that change in what you were willing to accept in the past. is not what you're willing to accept today. And it may seem like an emotional decision, but it's you putting yourself first and not something or someone else first. So you don't want that cup. You said I don't need those cups. I have my own cups. I know how to pour my own drink, right? So there's that. And that's what I'm getting for your reading thus far. Let me pull out this oracle deck for you. Let's read the book on the cards I pulled earlier, because they coincide with everything that just came out in tarot. Now the Spirit Fox. All right. Okay, Spirit Fox. So the Spirit Fox means stay alert, changes in the air, right? Trust your talents in changing times. The Spirit Fox features a favorite animal of all time, a red fox, an amazingly resilient creature able to survive in urban environments or the freezing temperatures of the Arctic. Foxes know what it is like to be hunted. For centuries, they have been sought for their precious fur when all they want to do is survive. So the Spirit Fox can help you overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. Also, as an urban fox hides in the cities and goes about their business in darker hours, the fox offers the medicine of blending in. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You are being presented with the opportunities to reach spaces you have never encountered before, and this can make you feel on edge. But be open to the shifts occurring, because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you are being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these challenging and changing times. So, pull your talents out. Don't be afraid to show your talents, right? You can blend in. You can be part of the collective instead of standing out thinking that your talents don't matter. You become part of the collective that is making change. Not just the collective, but making change, right? So we have the Heart Guardian. All right. This says, welcome with open arms, opportunities to give and receive love. The Heart Guardian is an angelic energy that can help you call for protection and guidance with all issues surrounding the heart. This is essentially the angel who helps you with all relationships, whether they be yourself, family, or even a romantic connection. She enables you to move beyond any limiting fears without trust, discern whom to trust, and understand how you can move forward in a balanced relationship with that person. In this card, she is adorned with the Sacred Heart and draped in red cloak to show her capacity to let love lead the way. You are lovable, and loving. The energy of love is surrounding your whole world at this time. Angels are swirling around you, encouraging you to open your heart and reveal the blessings that you have to offer. They want you to know that you are a highly loving being who deserves to give and receive love. If you are finding it challenging to feel love at this time, it is important for you to give yourself credit where it's due. You are encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive. Don't try to do everything on your own. If you are working on a relationship or in a new relationship, This card can usher in energies that allow you to forge a powerful connection with your partner. Love is in the air. So again, if you're in a partnership or not in a partnership, now is the time to love yourself. Now is the time to feel love on a new level. Concentrate, meditate on love, loving yourself, giving yourself the best. And and when you do that, every guru has said it, every shaman says it, every priest will tell you, when you exude love, when you um focus on loving yourself, you attract more love. I'll give you an example today. That came to mind today. And I decided to go to the store, my husband and we bought a couple items for ourselves and our children. And the bill um, was pretty high, but it was within the range we were willing to pay. And the, cashier hit a special code and gave us a discount. That was legal, nothing out of the order, nothing, that he couldn't give us, but he had the authority to choose. And he said, I'm going to do this for you. Since you're a nice couple on this wonderful day, here you go. And the discount, I mean, it really shocked me. We didn't get the clothes for free or the items for free or anything like that, but it was a kind act and it exuded love. A love for his fellow man. And we continued to talk a little bit, and we talked about the protests. He's a lot younger than us, so he was saying how he wanted to be on the front line. It was really important to him, how he had faced a lot of adversity, and he wanted to be out there to make a difference. So we connected. He was not of our race. The other young man that was in the store was also not of either one of our races. And we had a pleasant exchange. It actually was the most pleasant experience I've ever had in that particular location. And I don't know what it is about this quarantine, but excuse me, my throat chakra is like, But I gotta speak on love. I don't know what it is about this quarantine, but people are becoming they're out of their shell. They're becoming friendlier. This one young man that first started talking to us, I guess he's sales and assistance, customer service, whatever. He's been there 4 years. I've been there several times. I've never noticed this guy ever. And he's there until he finishes college. And I'm just like amazed. He was so pleasant. Um, so yeah, it was just very interesting. I just felt like I was walking with love surrounding me, love being attracted to me, love coming from me, extending out of my auric field to others. So yeah, love is very important, and loving yourself is very important. And the last card I pulled when I pulled from the Oracle deck, excuse me, is the Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. All right, I'm almost there. Where are you? Okay. So it said, don't back down. Make your opinions heard. Don't settle for second best. A warrior is anyone who is ready and willing to know themselves and do what needs to be done in order to get where they want to be. In this deck, the warrior embodies fierce primal love. The warrior within, the energy you can call on to protect yourself. Even if you don't think you love yourself, if you are exposed to a situation that could be harmful or dangerous, the steps you take to protect yourself are in fact a fierce love. Although the warrior in this card is surrounded by darkness, he is of the light. The warrior within is made of light and has the capacity to shine even more brightly when facing darkness ahead. If you're experiencing fear at this time, know that this means wherever whatever is going on is important to you. Whenever you feel fear, you are on the verge of something big, perhaps a massive breakthrough that's going to really help you move forward. If have a situation on your hands where you have to face someone or something that has been unsettling, know that you are being guided to call upon your inner warrior. Don't falter and don't be frightened because you have the energy to protect yourself now and at all times. All right. So I'm going to leave you with this collective reading. Be the warrior for yourself. Love yourself. Protect yourself. Exude love. Hone in on your talents. The world needs you. But you cannot be good for the world until you love yourself. Put yourself first. Don't be selfish, be selfless. Love yourself first, right? So again, I want to thank you for coming to my channel. Please remember to like, click, and share the channel. And hit the bell for notifications whenever I post a video. Like to grow this for the collective. Share my talents, share my blessing with the world, my ability to spread love to each and every one of you within the sound of my voice or my videos. And, you know, keep in mind, even look it up more about this portal, this full moon eclipse in Capricorn that's happening right now, how deep this goes. Sometimes we don't think the moon affects us, but it does. I gave birth on a full moon. I and many women gave birth on a full moon because our bodies are 70% water and the moon affects us. It affects the tidal waves. It affects the shores. It affects the earth, and we are of the earth. So keep that in mind. If you like my videos, also please like me. If you have Instagram, follow me on IG at Tarot Blessings 101. And thank you and have a good night. Peace.